Hello, everybody. Today is now Friday. I don't believe I know what time it is. Right now it is 10:39 p.m. As you guys can see, right there. Obviously, it's going to be sideways. 10:39 p.m. Today is, as I would like to make this a new series, Creepy Fridays. Now, Creepy Fridays I will be reading for about 30 minutes or so. And I will upload it all. They'll be split into two parts and they'll be uploaded around midnight because I'm a loser like that. Although I should do these earlier. I don't know. So I can upload them and people can see them. But hell if I know. Alright, let's do this. Let's start off. Today, we will be doing... Ah, crap, I backed out of the page. That sucks. Alright then. Today's story, we will start off with the 6th floor. Yeah. So let's do this. Once this all loads. It's loading. Okay, there we go. The 6th floor, made on September 12th, 2012 at 4 p.m. Exactly, wow. Thou shalt love thy demon, for he hath damned thine self. To the soul of thee, waste not this gift of sacrifice, and purge in the flames of mercy. The corridors of the hotel still had the smell of laundry detergent and disinfectant. This smell, however, was obscured greatly by the overwhelming stench of ash. 3 months ago, there was a kitchen fire that quickly spread to the rest of the prestigious hotel, and rather than try to rebuild or renovate, the owners thought it better to simply collect the insurance money and sell the property. No one died in the fire, but that doesn't mean there aren't any ghosts to haunt these charred halls. It wasn't difficult to get into the place, about as hard as ducking under some yellow caution tape and kicking in a locked door. There are plenty of windows on the 2nd floor that I could have reached with ease, but something told me that they have been used recently and that they should be avoided. The entrance I used wasn't even safe. 3 steps into the building and I nearly got my leg caught in a bear trap. Obviously someone wanted intruders to be wounded or killed for their curiosity. And for that reason I resolved to proceed with utmost caution. I pulled out a flashlight from my trench coat and began my search. The shadows dancing around the cone of white light before me. The first girl was found dead about a week ago, floating in a lake. Her skin gray and sagging away from muscle. Degloving. Morticians called it. I guess it's a kind of people. I don't know. The forensic guys on the news said that she had been dead for about 3 days. Her throat slashed open and joints broken at sharp angles. The reason she was floating was because her lungs and stomach had not been flooded with water, and the skin slippage around her ankle allowed her corpse to loosen itself from the cinder block that had been weighing her down. The next day, when the lake was trenched for more evidence, 3 more girls were discovered at the bottom, each in the state of decay that could make even a sewage worker vomit. The city panicked. There was a killer on the loose. Every man a suspect, every woman a potential victim. A curfew was implemented and the police were scrambling to find any information on who this boogeyman was. How I managed to track the sick bastard to the hotel? Well, that was just pure luck. My main hobby is photography. Specifically, I like to take pictures of urban decay when the weather permits. Usually at night. Rarely I use the flash as I prefer to set the shutter to its slowest speed to allow the maximum amount of light to imprint the film. There are other technical procedures I use for the lens adjustments and the tripod, but that's irrelevant to anyone but me. I had just finished up a series of photographs of some abandoned farmhouses on the outskirts of town and had decided to move on to the fire-damaged hotel. Well, that and the police asked me to stay away from the farmhouses after the bloated girl was found. They suspected that a condemned house just outside of town would be the perfect place for the killer to hide, and they wanted to stake out a few locations which turned up some potential evidence. So I moved to the hotel. The first night I got outside looking in, and last a shot of the inside looking out. I probably read that wrong. Let me go back. So I moved on to the hotel. The first night I got some decent shots of the outside perspective. Style, outside broad shot, outside looking in. And last a shot of the inside looking out. I don't get these things, but I'm pretty sure someone with photography experience would be able to get this. The pictures came out great. I love the way the smoke stains leaked from the 6th floor windows, and I was getting ready to move in for a closer view when I saw him. Climbing into the 6th floor window from this fire escape was a large man in a brown coat carrying a duffel bag. From where I was, I could tell that he was about 6 feet tall, muscular, with a slight paunch. A white guy with a shaved head. I decided against staying to finish my work, not with some strange man roaming around the place, and I had planned to return later in the week. That was a promise that I managed to keep at the time, though it never occurred to me that I saw the face of a monster. Not until tonight. Stupid iPad is running out of battery. So I'll probably record this story and then upload it and then go on to a different story. Not until tonight. Tonight was the night that I had intended to return. About 15 minutes ago, I was prepping my gear to finish the photo run, when the weather reported on TV was interrupted by a breaking news flash of a girl being forced into her own car at gunpoint outside of the department store where she worked. A co-worker managed to get a brief description of the kidnapper and promptly called 911. She told the police a tall white male with a bald head wearing a brown coat jumped out from behind a tree and threw no name into the passenger seat. Wasn't that the same brown guy coat person inside of the hotel? Wicked, I guess. As I heard the report, I got a deep, horrible sinking feeling into the base of my gut. The slow creeping feeling that I was somehow to blame for being too stupid to spot a murderer when one sits right in front of me. I had to do something. I dropped the camera gear and instead grabbed a flashlight, my cell phone, and a meat cleaver from my kitchen, just in case. Just in case I meet a sick piece of shit face to face. I got to the hotel about 3 minutes ago. Drove like a cheetah on crack to get here too. Ha! Cheetah on crack. Lo. I parked my car a block away and sprinted the rest of the distance. Kicked in the door about a minute ago. Why didn't I call the police immediately? Well, first of all, I needed to make sure the girl was still alive, or at least here. The second reason is a little hard to explain. Maybe I have a hero complex, or maybe I just want to make sure this guy suffers adequately before the cops get to him. Or maybe I have some sort of demon in me that saw a chance to get out. So here I am, running as carefully as I can down a burnt hallway looking for a girl who could already be a mutilated corpse. All the while her killer could pop out from around any given corner. I start up a flight of stairs, keeping to the edges to avoid falling through. Part of the stairs collapsed beneath my feet, but I grab onto the railing just in time. I shimmy the rest of my way up. I'll find another way out later. Let's think. Left or right? Right. Right. Down a new corridor so damaged by fires that all I see is black. So black and I almost think my flashlight went out. I taste charcoal and cough louder than I should. I hear a noise and my heart drops. I freeze in place. I don't move. I don't breathe. I just listen. Then I hear it again. Not a man's voice. No, it's the muffled sob of a woman crying, alone and afraid. And I can tell that she cries only because she hasn't given up hope. I follow the sound to a room, one of the rooms that was once used by those in need of rest and comfort. I see no light from the slit beneath the door, and I turn the knob cautiously. The slow creak of the hinges prompts more stifled screams of pain. As my light floods the room, it's her eyes I see first, washed out and red from tears, so wide from pure terror that she looks like less of a human and more of a wild animal backed into a corner. The rest of her body is stretched naked and chained to a bed. her arms and legs covered in cuts leaking blood into the mattress. Her mouth is choked with a ball gag, and from a brief glimpse, it appears that portions of her scalp are missing. Without a shadow of a doubt, she has endured obscene agonies within the last hour. Mother of God, rape scenes, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. I'll just keep shut and keep going. She starts snorting and struggling when she sees me, until I hush her. I'm going to help you, I say, but you need to stay quiet. She isn't calm, but she understands that her nightmare is about to end. I search the rest of the room for signs of what have you. The desk next to the bed is littered with pliers and knives, but no key. I check the bathroom. Nothing. Then I notice the orange extension cord leading from the window to a pair of floodlights in the corner of the room. He brought his own light source, but why risk it? I ask myself. Turning away from the corner, I focus my attention on the closet. It was as I walked towards the closet door that the lights in the corner flickered to life. He's coming up the fire escape. Fast as lightning, I fling myself into the closet, and while simultaneously punching 911 into my phone, I get a hold of the dispatch officer just as I close the door behind me, leaving just enough of a gap to see the bed. What is the emergency? The voice on the line asks. The missing girl from earlier tonight, she's in the hotel in the corner of street and 6th floor. Room number 5B. Send an ambulance. I rush every syllable through a hushed panic and hung up before the officer can ask any follow-up questions. I haven't heard the window open yet, so I still have surprise up on my side. My heart beats like a hammer. A bead of sweat rolls down my brow. Adrenaline saturates every muscle. The tension stretches time across the slow-motion frame. Finally, after what I felt like 1,000 years of waiting, I hear the window open, followed by 2 heavy footsteps, one after the other, and a short grunt. My fingers grip the handle of a cleaver while I hold my breath. Now I can't see the girl. The man is blocking my line of sight, but her agonizing noises pick up again. I want to rush him now, but there's a voice in my head telling me to wait. It's a voice, but also not a voice. More like a deep, rasping feeling of hatred. The words are unclear, but the meaning is inherent. It wants me to wait for the man to move closer to the closet. I hear the clicks of padlocks and footsteps turning towards the closet. I don't know what's in there. Sorry about that. I don't know what's in here with me, but it's something he wants. I raise the cleaver above my head. His hand reaches for the doorknob. 1 heartbeat. Then 2. The rasp in my head screams for the moment to come. Motherfucker! Are you kidding me? It ended. Right there and then. What a cliffhanger. Are you kidding me? There's no follow-up story to that. Come on. There should be a follow-up story. I should say. I say. There should be one. Maybe there's one, but I'm not too sure. Maybe it's this one? Maybe not. I don't know. I think that's it, though. This is the first part of Creepy Fridays. So, thank you for joining me on Creepy Fridays, even though I've read for about only 14 minutes or so. 12, 13 minutes. Whatever. So, thank you all for watching. I hope you all enjoyed Creepy Fridays and that cliffhanger, which rustled my jimmies too. Rustled my jimmies, and I don't know if it rustled your jimmies. But yes. Thank you everybody for watching. Now we'll go back to playing Rock Band Blitz and let this upload, and hopefully someone sees it during the middle of the night and hopefully listens to it, because that was a decent story. So, good night everybody. Fare thee well. Have a nice evening. You might hear my fan. Good evening, good morning, good night, farewell, whichever one.